Hey everybody, K-Plum Games here, and welcome back to another episode of Mother 3. In the last episode, we took down the Barrier Trio, and watched as Mixolydia's needle was pulled atop the peak of Tanetane Island. In this episode, Kumatora's fever will go away, she'll learn Thunder Gamma, but also we will be exploring Tazmily Village, which we were told to go back to, and we'll be preparing for the road ahead to Ionia's house. Starting things up, just as I've been doing with all of the other mementos, I'm going to deposit Mixolydia's memento. And this is just a little theory of mine, but I think maybe the reason why it's called Missy's memento and the reason why Mixolydia has a nickname, perhaps the character limit on item names was higher than what Mixolydia can have. I don't know if that makes sense, but perhaps Mixolydia's memento would have not worked in the item. There would be a character limit. I don't know. That's just a little theory of mine. There's actually no confirmation on that. But yeah, now that we're heading out of Tanetane, I just want to say that I really enjoyed this portion of the game. It was pretty fun. We got to get some development from the characters during the mushroom trip, which is interesting, definitely. Was not expecting to get that development from the characters, but it's really humanizing in a way to know some of their internal fears. Yeah, Tanetane honestly is one of my more favorite areas in the game because of how wacky it is, but also how it kind of interweaves into the story really important stuff. It's a great blend of all the things that we like to see. Yeah. It's also a pretty interesting area gameplay-wise because we're stripped from all our items and we just have to rely on the island to get by and what it can provide for us. So, it's cool gameplay-wise as well. Lots of cool enemies here. And, oh my gosh, that barrier trio from last time. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this now. Moving forward throughout the rest of this chapter and also for the other chapter to come after this, a lot of those bosses are going to ramp up in difficulty. So that was just a premonition of what to see in the road ahead. The barrier trio was one of the first really hard boss fights, and we're going to be coming across even more of those moving forward. The Mongoluses. How funny would it be if we got another mystical glove from these guys? That would be pretty cool. I don't know. They're just kicking us to death, bro. A bum rush. Don't rush my bum. Oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, honestly, now they're pretty weak because they used to be, really powerful just even 2 episodes ago when we first got to the island. But we've gotten a lot of level ups since. This place is a really good place to grind for levels if you want to do that. I definitely recommend it. It's a monk walrus. A monkey walrus. That's pretty cool. Yeah, 4 hits. I think maybe combos are coming back to me a bit because I actually took a break in recording since the last episode. So this is the day later that I'm recording this one. So maybe my combos are going to come back to me. That would be nice. Boom! Monkaris was defeated. Duster grew to level 49. Nice. Luxury banana. When I saw the item thing pop up, I was like, oh, what if? But, no, it's okay. Anyways, we made here back to the beach where we initially got here. No more Pepto-Bismol C, just Pepto-Bismol Octopus. Ocho. Mixolydia instructed me to take you back to Tazmily. I know I'm an octopus, but please get on. Sure. It has taxi right on the back of it. That's funny. Boney. Oh, do not fall off the octopus. There's nothing to hold on to, but hold on tight. Every time I see octopus in media, just in general, I think of A, the squid from The Little Mermaid, who I brought up a few episodes ago, but also the game like Octopus that a lot of people played as kids. Good work today. Yeah, good work today. See you later. I don't know if everyone played Octopus or if that was just a my school type thing situation, but Octopus was always a fun game to play in like gym class. Alright, we're back to Tazmily. Now then, if you'll excuse me. And for some reason we have sad music here in Tazmily. What can be going on? Huh. Lucas started to feel feverish, and you can see Bronson is burnt. I love the ocean. I love the beach. I want to stay here forever. I'll just lie around and beachcomb and stuff. You want some R&R too? Sure. I just don't want to get burned like him. Yeah, if you remember a few episodes ago, before we even went to the beach, Bronson was not burned. He was just, like, slightly tanned. Come back anytime. Oink, the Warriors, Oscar and Mary. Yeah, we read that one already. Yeah, why are we having sad music? That's, out of place. Seems Jonal isn't here anymore. Is anyone on the benches at this part? No. Seems, there's less citizens than usual. I guess let's just head off of the beach. We learned Life Up Omega! Oh, that's really good. We definitely want that. We knock on the house. No one seems to be home. Okay. No one's down here either. The rope snake is still here. Yeah. Alright, let's talk to Alec, I guess. Oh, Lucas. Slowly but steadily, the people of Tazmily have been heading to the big city. I didn't know you guys were still here, though. What's that? You're looking for Ionia's house? It's certainly not nearby, I can tell you that. Do you remember my little cabin in the mountains where you used to come visit? To the west of that old cabin is Argilla Pass. You can get to Ionia's place from there. Whatever the case, it'd probably be a good idea to take a map. I ran into Mapson just a minute ago. He might still be around here somewhere. You should get him to mark your map for you. Seems like a good idea. Mapson, I guess, is still here. Anyone in the police department? Oh, everyone's gone except for the dog. The door's open. But oh, when you think about it, a lot has happened. I'm reminded of so many things. I'm now a stray dog with a home, but I have no owner. That's my story. Yeah, so I guess the sad song and the lack of residents, I guess it kind of shows how Tazmily has kind of crumbled and changed over time. It's so different from how it was in the beginning of the game. If you need something from the map-loving and map-owning Mapson, it must be a map, yes? I don't know anything about this Ionia person, but I do know where Argilla Pass is. Let me see your map for a second. Sure thing, buddy. There. This mark shows where Argilla Pass is. Bye now. This has been the map-loving and map-owning Mapson. So if we look at our map, you can see Argilla Pass is all the way up there. Pretty far away. It's all the way up in the mountains where Alec used to live. I'm stuck in this village because no one invited me to go with them. When did everyone suddenly get together to discuss leaving for the big city? I don't know. We've kind of been out adventuring and it seems everyone's left. No one seems to be home. Are all these houses uninhabited now? That's, not very cool. Yeah. God, Tazmily feels so different. Does the Sparrow have anything to say? Sparrow news. The people of Tazmily have been moving to New Pork City, one after the other. The results of this are as plain as day. The village is now silent and its liveliness gone. There are even rumors that Mayor Pusher is considering moving away soon. This has been Sparrow News. New Pork City, huh? Sounds interesting. Don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. Anyways, let's talk to Mayor Pusher. I'm the mayor here, which means I'll be one of the last people to leave for the big city. Even so, I really want to go. I should just ditch this miserable little village and be done with it. Oh, Lucas, you didn't hear me talking to myself just now, did you? Oh god, has everyone really given up on Tazmily? At the beginning of the game, it was viewed as like a tight-knit, like small community. Everyone loved each other and like lived happily ever after, but then things have changed. It's no longer being viewed as desirable by the residents, and I guess they just kind of like moved on to bigger things. I don't want to say bigger and better because, you know, poor little Tazmily. No one even wants to live here anymore. It's actually quite sad. I was so scared of being forced to pay my hotel bill that I holed up inside my room. Finally, I worked up the resolve to not care what happened, so I stepped outside, and everyone was gone, which means this hotel now belongs to me. This is what they mean by stepping outside your comfort zone will lead to greater things. Understand, kid? Learn by my example. I went from a man with no money whatsoever to a hotel king. Welcome. Huh. Don't think that's the message you should be stating there, buddy, but it's kind of funny how you just hold up for like I don't know, what, maybe a month and now you have a hotel that you own? Ah, it's a lot. Alright, let's head to other places, I guess, and see if there's any people left. Huh, Thomas is still here. You'd think he'd be one of the first people to go based off of how he was acting back in Chapter 4. Customers have all but disappeared, and even my own family has headed into the city. Not me, though. I can't just up and leave my store behind. Would you like to buy something? He has the same items from way earlier on in the game, so, you know, nothing too useful, honestly. But, it's interesting to me how Thomas is one of the remaining people. Let's, check out the mayor's home. And let's talk to you. We still can't move out because of my husband's job. Oh, why do you have to be the mayor of this dinky little village? Because, you know, this village was once a really cool place. Do you speak to others with a smile on your face? That's one of the most basic things you can do to be lively. This has been Huck the Huckster's Humor Dojo. Huh. Yeah, even the mayor and his wife want to move out. That's like really sad. This is just between you and me, but I've landed a new job in the city. I couldn't care less about the mayor and his wife, so I'm gonna suddenly up and disappear in a day or two. Busy, so busy. Everyone's like so individualistic now. Like, he's like, I don't even care about the mayor and his wife, but he's been working with them since the beginning of the game. Like, he was there back in Chapter 1. All that time doesn't mean poop when it comes to the big city, I guess. Oh, you're back? I can't really teach you anything about humor. I'm still in training myself. But I can see you really lack humor too. Thanks, bud. That's a great compliment. Yeah. Well, that's the mayor's house. Everything's just so, like, dead. It's like a ghost town. Like, no one's even here anymore. Huh. Honestly, Tazmily has turned into a ghost town. That's quite sad. Let's talk to Old Man West. Something's not right with the way everyone is suddenly moving to the big city. I have a bad feeling about this. As is tradition, gotta get the Thunder Bomb. Let's head into the old care home. No one's even here to take care of the old people now? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. There's literally no employees here to take care of the old people. They just all up and left. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Bow Bone, rumor has it another stray dog I know became the master of his domain. That got me curious now. Let's talk to you. There's almost no one left in the village now. Even my owl and Nan just left for Newport. So this Newport City, I wonder what it's like, honestly. Maybe we'll get a chance to go later on. This training facility served its purpose. It's closed as of today. Once I close this gate, I'm off to Newport City too. But the stupid thing refuses to close. Gah, come on. Well, that was most of Tazmily explored. let's head forward, I guess. And see if there's anyone near the crossroads. Oh, lighter and fuel. I'm not sure what to do. It's a real dilemma. Should we head into the big city or should we stay behind and keep an eye on the village? I just can't decide. Don't worry, Dad. Whatever happens, happens. Huh. Lighter and Fuel are two of the people who have been kind of like Lucas, who have kind of rejected the change of Tazmily. So to see them still here is kind of refreshing, because they're also like us. They don't enjoy the change that has happened to the village. Anyone in the graveyard? Is Nippolite still here? I'd assume he is. Alright, let's talk to Nippolite. Hinawa may be gone, but even now she's watching over you and your family. I believe that to be the case. We know that Lucas still thinks of Hinawa a lot. Surprised we didn't see her on Tanetane, actually. But I feel like Lucas knows that his mom loved him even to the very end, so it's good that he doesn't have any regrets or, feelings of sadness about it. Shows a sense of development. Anyways, let's start heading into the forest. Even the Sunshine Forest has this sad music. That's not fun. And yeah, it's the same message from earlier. Going to the big city. See you all later. Lighter was one of the first people to go to the city. It's kind of crazy, actually. Yeah. So, one thing that I wanted to check, actually, that I wanted to talk about, rather, since we're going to be going on a long trip ahead in the next episode, I kind of wanted to just take the rest of this episode to kind of look at the memo feature a little bit more and just, look at a few of the memos that I find very interesting. So, first one I want to look at is the memo, because this one's funny. What you're reading right now, the history of things you've experienced are automatically recorded in here as you go along. Be sure to check it once in a while, you may just learn something new. Note that this memo menu wasn't accessible in the Japanese version. The translation team made it accessible because it's so neat. Because this is a beta menu, many of the things mentioned here did not make it to the final version of the game. Alright. Next one I want to check, if I can find it, the kindness. So if you remember the warm feeling messages that we've been getting, and how we theorize that's tied to the kindness stat, here is a memo on the unused kindness stat. This is one of the most important things for us humans, so let us be kind to one another. If your kindness goes up, something good is bound to happen. Next one I want to check. I believe we talked about this already a little bit, but I wanted to talk about it again if I can find it. Here, money. Since Facade's arrival in Tazmily, this has been used instead of acorns. It's round and shiny, but unlike acorns, it cannot be found in the forest. So, this money memo here implies that acorns were going to be used as currency before the time skip, which is pretty cool. I think that I mentioned that at the beginning of chapter 4, but I forget if I did. But yeah, there's just some proof of that, which is pretty cool. Let's go to, if I can find it, Noble Spittoon. It definitely looks like it has some ancient and honorable origin, but when it all comes down to it, it's still a spittoon. As for what a spittoon is in the first place, well, I'll spare you the details. Very witty, Mother 3. What did I want to check? There were a few other ones that I found interesting. Item guy, this is an interesting one. This is the guy who will take care of any excess items for you, you know? You know, the guy who lives in the tent you can take a rest in? Planned. Interesting. So, my take on this is that perhaps the item guy would have been like a portable hotel or a portable like hot spring type thing, where you can also, in addition to like getting and depositing items, you can heal up. That's what I got from this, but obviously it says planned in brackets because it never ended up making it to the final game. So that's just like a little thing that was, I guess, changed or taken out for some reason. I don't know. I want to go to needle locations because this one's also interesting, I remember. There are 7 needles in all. The belly button needle is in Oso Castle. The heart needle is in Murasaki Forest near the factory. The left hand needle is located on Snowcap Mountain far to the northeast. The right hand needle is located in the crater of a volcano to the far east of the highway. The right foot needle is located on Tanetane Island south of Tazmily. The left foot needle is in the temple of Chupi Chupioi on Mount Oriander. And the last needle, no one knows where it is. Too bad. So that one I found interesting because I don't think this is ever stated in game, but apparently the needles correlate to different body parts of the dragon, which is kind of interesting. And then the last one I wanted to check is the Oso Castle one. No one knows what this old mysterious castle was built. West is said to have served here many years ago. Yeah, so this Oso Castle memo makes reference to the fact that West apparently knew the royal family at some point. And this is kind of an obscure detail, but it's also referenced that West knew the royal family in a few pieces of dialogue back in chapter 2. So it's interesting how it's brought up here. And it makes me wonder how far back Wes and Kumatora's relationship actually goes before the game. Because it's implied that Wes knew her family, and in the game we don't see any of her family alive, so it's interesting. She kind of turned into an orphan. But yeah, that was most of the memos that I wanted to check out. I checked them all out off screen, and I just picked out the really interesting ones to talk about. But with that done, this is going to be a bit of a shorter video, but I think I'm going to call it here. And next time on Mother 3, we will go up into the Oriander Mountains and hopefully make it to Ionia's house. Should be an interesting time. Alright, thank you so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.